Hello friends, welcome. In this video we will briefly go through with the committees and commissions set up by Government of India at various times. Some of the committees which I'm going to discuss are the recent committees which have become popular, which are important, and some are few famous commissions and committees from the past. Okay, these committees may find their place in different examinations. One or two questions may come, and I have tried my best to include the committees which I think are relevant. Okay, because there are a lot of committees, hundreds of committees which Government of India it forms every year. Okay, now the first one is Committee on Allowances of 7 CPC. Last year 7 CPC was passed, but due to the resistance of trade unions on some of the points, some of the allowances, HRA and other allowances, Government of India decided to form a committee under the leadership of Ashok Lavasa. Ashok Lavasa is the Finance Secretary of India. Okay, and it has submitted the report. The findings of the report will be out in some time in March, after the election, after the results of elections will be declared. Okay, and the HRA is going to increase from 24 to 30% as per the reports, as per the findings, which is a very good news for all the people who are looking for government jobs, right? Then we have the Committee on BCCI Reforms by R.M. Lodha, who is a former Chief Justice of Supreme Court. He has given some very good recommendations, and based on that, Supreme Court has appointed a committee of administrators headed by former CAG Shri Vinod Rai to run BCCI. Okay, because Anurag Thakur was heading, and there was some disagreement in RM Lodha committee. Okay, then we have Target Olympic Podium Committee, top committee. This is headed by former Olympian shooter Abhinav Bindra, and this committee has been formed to identify potential Olympic winners. Okay, so this will find out the potential Olympic winners. Now we have Committee of Chief Ministers to boost digital payments, and this committee is headed by Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu. This committee has various chief ministers like Devendra Fadnavis, Chandrababu Naidu, and some other Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Then we have Committee to Push Cashless Transactions. This is headed by Mr. Amitabh Kant, who is the Niti Aayog CEO right now. Okay, then we have Munilappa Committee to monitor bird flu situation. Last year there was a bird flu scare in some of the states in Kerala and other states, and the bird flu, it is caused by avian influenza virus. Okay, we have to remember this. Then we have HR Khan panel to evaluate unclaimed PPF and postal office savings. Okay, there's a lot of thousands of crores of rupees has been laid unclaimed in accounts, government accounts. Okay, so government has to come up with some of the guidelines what they have to do with the money. Okay, so they formed the HR Khan panel. Then we have committee to prepare guidelines for desiltation of Ganga river. Desiltation is a problem in Ganga river and in the lower reaches, and they have formed Madhav Chitale committee. Okay, then we have committee on defense spending, Lieutenant General DB Shikatkar committee. DB Shikatkar is the head of the committee, and he will suggest how to the measures on defense spending, how to spend the huge defense budget. Then we have committee to review FRBM Act, NK Singh committee to have some flexibility in fiscal responsibility in budget management act due to the volatility in the global scenario. Okay, then we have Committee on Reforms in Medical Council of India, because there is rampant corruption in Medical Council of India. So RM Lodha committee has been formed, and it has his task cut out to suggest reforms and measures, how to make the Medical Council of India corruption free. Okay, and how to make it answerable and responsible. Then we have latest committee on Cinematographic Act, Sham Benegal committee. It has submitted its report. Okay, and Sham Benegal committee on Cinematographic Act, it suggested the norms or some rules for film certification and to review that. Then we have a committee on suggestion on tax rates under GST, and it has been headed by Arvind Subramaniam. This is called Arvind Subramaniam committee, who is chief economic advisor, and he has suggested the rates GST rate of 17 to 18%. This is the standard GST rate which will be applicable on most of the items. Then we have Committee to Simplify Income Tax Act, and this is formed under the leadership of R.V. Ishwar. Okay, this is an old committee, 1961, very famous committee. Okay, then Committee on Formation of Telangana State, B.N. Sri Krishna committee. Huge uproar was caused when this state was formed, so this is also important. Then we have Suresh Prabhu committee. Suresh Prabhu who is the railway minister, to review gas pricing formula. Okay, there was an uproar last year also because Reliance supposed to gain a lot from the gas pricing formula, so the committee was formed. Then we have Nachiket More committee to permit NBFCs, non-banking financial corporations, to work as business correspondents, right? Then we have GN Bajpayee committee to prepare the guidelines for NPS schemes in private sector, because there are three types of NPS accounts: Tier 1, Tier 2 and NPS. Like Tier 1 is for exclusively for government employees. Tier 2 account is for private employees, to lay the guidelines how to withdraw, when one can withdraw. Okay, what are the tax benefits and all these things. Then we have Sarkaria Commission. This is a very famous commission, 1983, and it suggested the balance of power between the center and the states. Okay, then we have GVK Rao committee in 1985. It suggested administrative arrangement for rural development and poverty alleviation, right? Then we have Dinesh Goswami committee of 1990 on electoral reforms, which made this Election Commission of India very powerful. Yashpal committee on education, very famous committee on Indian education system. He suggested some very good reforms. Then we have Bhuthalingam committee, recommendations on wages, income and price policy. Then we have Narasimhan committee on banking sector reform. Narasimhan committee is very famous on banking sector reforms. Then we have V.S. Malimat committee of 2000. It started in 2000 and it submitted its report somewhere in 2003 on reforms of criminal justice system. Then we have Malhotra committee on insurance reform, 1993. Okay. Then we have Kothari commission report on education reforms. Then we have Suresh Tendulkar committee, 2005. A huge uproar was caused when Mr. Suresh Tendulkar, he suggested a poverty line which meant 27 rupees in rural. That means a person who has 27 rupees to spend per day and he is living in an Indian village, okay, 27 or more, then he is above poverty line. I mean, how ludicrous. And for the rural, it was 32 rupees. So huge uproar was caused in assembly, in the parliament, okay, and government it laid down the formula. But then in 2012, to review the Suresh Tendulkar committee, another committee was formed under the leadership of C. Rangarajan, okay, and it's also suggested the methodology for measurement of poverty, and this committee suggested some new measures, and it revised the poverty line of 32 rupees for rural and 47 rupees for the urban. Okay, so these are some of the important committees, and there are a lot of committees. One more committee which I'm getting right now is Raghuram Rajan committee on financial sector reforms, okay, and MB and Rao committee to prepare the blueprint of India's first women's bank, okay, in 2013. And one more point, guys, recently in Reserve Bank of India, one deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India is appointed. What is his name? He is one of the youngest, or probably the youngest deputy governor. He was a pass out of IIT. His name is Viral Acharya. A question may come. Okay. And India is the third country after Pakistan and Tanzania to have a bank exclusively for women. That is Bharatiya Mahila Bank after Pakistan and Tanzania. Okay, so this is it from my side, guys, and all the very best. Please subscribe to the channel Exam Bay for more such videos. Thank you. Bye bye.